Yo, 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 yo. What is going on? This is Trade Digital 89 on YouTube. Welcome back. Welcome back. We got a great episode we're going to discuss today that I've been wanting to discuss this for quite some time. Trade Digital, we talk about everything technology and, we talk about um, we talk about a lot of things like blockchain technology, all different types of stuff that have to do with technology related. We briefly talk about like other things as well. Um, current little current events that's in line with this platform. So we're gonna discuss a little bit. So this episode is called AI Takeover, and is the and it's the and but I gotta correct that. Hold up. I gotta correct that. So AI takeover and is the U.S. dollar over, right? Is the U.S. dollar over? So we're hearing so many different things about Russia right now. Russia and China, they're no longer using the U.S. dollar. I believe Brazil too is called, if I'm mistaken, what is it called? BRICS, something like that. It's just like an alliance they created that they're going to not use the U.S. dollar anymore, and it's going to create big problems for us because if like a big country as far as like money wise, a big power country nation like Saudi Arabia, if they decide, because we've been hearing rumors about it, but I think they just doing an oil deal, which is also not good for us. Um, but if they decide to not use the U.S. dollar, we would be really in trouble, and the dollar would be really in trouble. And this is something I've been talking about forever. That eventually the dollar is going to be no more, because, like I said, the dollar is it's not backed by anything. It's fiat currency. It's not backed by anything. It's an inflationary currency, so it's going to keep losing value over time. Like I'm 33, so when I have like a dollar, I remember when I was a kid, a dollar could get you 4 items from the store. It can get you a bag of bag of potato chips, a cake, a quarter juice, and then you get some candy. So you got like 4 items for a dollar. So you got more stuff for that dollar. Now you can't. You can probably barely get a candy bar for a dollar now, because chips right now is a dollar. So those same 25-cent chips, they put a little bit more chips in that, but it's like a dollar now. The quarter juice is like 50 cent. Candy, like if you want to get like candy from the store, they like 50 cent, and a cake is like a dollar. So that means the dollar lost value because you can no longer get more things with that dollar. And over time, it's gonna keep doing that, doing that, doing that. But I don't think it's even gonna get to that. I think the dollar is toast. I think that what you call a debt ticket, I believe is toast. I feel like we're going to eventually eradicate the paper currency, the ticket that we use to trade, to get goods for. I think that's done. I think everything is going to be digital, and I feel like it's pretty much here, because a lot of people they barely carry cash as it is, to the point that when the dollar is toast, it's gonna have to be some type of currency the U.S. can be able to survive off of. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. But Russia and China, they say, you know what, we're not gonna use the U.S. dollar. So they join the forces together, and that creates some big issues for us. But we still the as far as infrastructure, as far as money wise, we still the greatest nation in the world, but it's not looking good. And our politicians, they do not they do not help with some of the things, some of the policies they implement out here, to the point that other nations is going to be like, we can't no longer work with the U.S. because their laws, and it's not aligned with what we do, and we can't do business. So it's a lot of behind the scenes politics that's kind of hurting relationships for us to be able to grow as a nation, to be able to have some type of allies. So that's something to look at. They talking about digital passports, social credit score. So it's no longer to be like a credit score. Like if you ain't paid this particular bill, it's going to be a social credit. It's going to be more. It's going to be that, but it's going to be based off of your social credit score. So people out there that's getting banned on social media or just things of that nature. Your social credit score is going to be in line with your, like, as far as you can't make payments because your social credit score is low, which is insane. And then, for years I've been talking about, the digital passports. Everything is going to be digital. Your money is going to be digital. Like you saw the movie. What's that movie? Time, by Justin Timberlake. That their currency was based off of time, and how they the more time they have, it's pretty much the more money they have. So if they have like somebody homeless would probably have about 2 or 3 hours, right? And it kind of makes sense for how that movie is to like what's going on now, because a homeless person, they don't got no place to stay, and they can't, and they don't really have things to eat. So so it's gonna be hard for them to survive. And that's like that with that movie. That's why I feel like that movie is very, it's it's a great movie, and it kind of shows a metaphor for what is going on now. And there's so many different movies like that display that it's going to lean into this whole digital reality. And so I think preparation for that, because you're also seeing banks crumbling, which is a scary sight. There's other countries out here that's really protesting, like France is out there protesting. It's other countries. See, other countries, they don't play that. They, if something go down, they out there on the streets, and it's no. Us, we more so of passive aggressive, because we make so much money, and it's like it's easier for us to get out of touch with certain things. We're like, I don't care about that, right? So that's one of the reasons why America, even though things seem bad, is not bad enough to the point of anarchy, right? But it's pretty bad if, for the people that's out there that's very observant of the things behind closed doors, and the detailed things that's like, why are we over here ignoring that? Because if you control propaganda, if you control media, you're only going to put out what the person that controls that allows you to see. And they could just distract you for what's to come. That's why it's important to read books. It's important to find channels that is information driven, to the point that I never knew that. Like I have a book right here, right? It's called The Population Explosion: The Global Warming to Rainforest Destruction, Famine, and Air Water Pollution. Why Overpopulation is Our Environment Problem. So if you look at a book like this, that's why you got to be very open-minded to certain books, because certain things, it's like, I don't really agree with that. But if you look at it, we do have a population problem, and it does cause issues with with the environment. And that's why China is crumbling, because they have serious population problems. There's too many people over there, and that's why they eat anything over there. So or you also can read for the stock market, Confessions of the Stockbroker. It shows you it shows you how to like understand the stock market. They was using like um, spreadsheets spreadsheets to make trades. So you want to learn the origin of certain things like that. It's good to read and understand in details of what is going on and how to strategize your next move, because life is all about adjustments. Because at the end of the day, we still have to live here. So we have to be able to make the proper adjustments, right? So like me reading and me, looking at certain channels as information driven allowed me to prepare for certain things. Like 2016, when I was reading up about universal basic income. I've been talking about that for years because the more minimum wage and all this go up, people's fighting for, okay, minimum wage needs to be up, for example, needs to be up. And I like and but people don't know inflation is going to keep getting higher, 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 right? And then that's going to it's going to be a point that the government going to be like, here, we're just going to give you a check. You just go stay home. You're not going to own nothing, and that's going to be it, because inflation is too high, and we're paying you so much money, we gotta make the food prices higher. And y'all, it's things of that nature, right? The labor, it's not enough labor. These jobs is just like, it's not enough labor to be able to pay you, and they want to maximize their margins. So for years, I was talking about universal basic income. I said it would be if minimum wage go up, if it's 10x or something. I'm just making a wild number, right? Because I know Jersey minimum wage was like 7.15, and then it jumped to I think it's $12. So it jumped to $12. There are certain places in New York is $15 minimum wage that people was protesting, saying that we need more. But you're not understanding. If these below average jobs, right, is going up on minimum wage, you're going to lose money, because it's going to be a point the company going to be like, oh, well, we're just going to hire less people, or we're going to make full-time people part-time, because that's what they're doing now. Right now they make it full-time people part-time. You can no longer get overtime, so the amount of hours you was putting in before, with the minimum wage where it was at before, you're no longer could do those hours. They're going to just shrink it. They're going to be like, instead of you working 45, 50 hours a week, you now working 25 hours. And now you even working less. You bringing less home because you wanted more pay. But like I said, that's why you need to learn a skill. You need to find careers that's going to put yourself in a situation that you can be able to take care of yourself, take care of your family and stuff like that. Because if you're fine, because, oh, McDonald's is only paying me $7.15, okay, we're gonna make it $15 an hour, but we also going to make you part time, or we also going to hire less people, and also artificial intelligence. You think you're gonna be able to live off of working these jobs and be able to feed your family for decades and decades? Is no longer back in the day. It's 2023. It's 2023. Artificial intelligence is coming faster than you think. There's a book that I wish I never gave it up. It's called The Future is Faster Than You Think. These things is coming up, and it's coming up quick. The pandemic kind of rushed that to happen. It was a trial run. Okay, let's see everybody stay home. And let's see how everybody could adjust staying home and strictly doing things digitally, to the point that we are not together. We don't have to be physically together. Like remote schooling, and what's another thing? Oh, and and these delivery hubs, right? So you got delivery hubs as well. So the pandemic speed everything up as far as artificial intelligence. So the people out there, because I was talking about this in 2016, I was like, the biggest mistake was for them to push minimum wage to be higher, not knowing the components. Okay, you want to increase minimum wage, you want to increase minimum wage, and whatever. Wait, 1 second. 1 second. Sorry about that, because check us out on the dot line. It's an episode coming at y'all. Me and Keith, we got something for y'all though. But back to what I was talking. So if you're not a forward thinker, you're not thinking ahead, you're gonna be left in the dirt. You'll be left in the past. So you keep pushing for minimum wage, working these jobs that is only supposed to be temporary. If you're trying to feed your family, if you're trying to take care of yourself. These jobs is temporary. These is a stepping stone unless you're trying to move up in the company. So that's why when you're in a job like that, you have to continue on trying to move up. Because if you stay at one job, you stay at one job like that, that's minimum wage. How could you be able to take care of yourself on that income, knowing that um, the dollar is going to keep losing value. So when the dollar keeps losing value, inflation keeps getting higher. Okay, we want more money. 12,715 is not enough to pay my rent. Okay, we made it. Y'all want it, right? We're gonna just boost. We're gonna boost inflations even more. We're gonna boost inflation. Gonna be even more. It's gonna be. That's what now. Eggs is like $10. You wanted to push these jobs for that. So these corporate companies, corporations is like, okay, we're just gonna make everything higher. So going back to the pandemic speed up the process of this whole digital lifestyle. Delivery hubs now. Now this gonna continue on eliminating jobs because I saw it when I was working in the airport. They seen how much money they was making with less employees to the fact that they said we're gonna have managers work the shift. They got managers working shifts that a regular crew worker is working because they feel like, well, the people up top said we can be making a killing, right? So that's what they end up doing. So it's like a trial run to all of that, and also artificial intelligence. Everything just happened quick. So it's like, okay, we can stir it up now. We can stir it up now. Now we got so many different things now. So many different things. So now you have artificial intelligence at some of these shopping malls now, the airports. So you see, one of my friends, he sent me a video of a robot doing what TSA normally does when they checking the ticket, right? They got something they got kiosks for that now. The kiosk, okay, you won't have to hire nobody to take a ticket now. Digital passports, or what's that machine called Clear? Oh, we don't no longer have to. We don't no longer need somebody to check your ID anymore. We'll no longer have to check your boarding pass anymore. Oh, and you know when you take your stuff off and you put it in that little bucket, we no longer need a TSA person to collect the buckets and put the bucket on there because there's an actual robot that's doing it now. More jobs is done. That job is done. Why check you if we can look at the X-ray scanner to see what you have on? They don't even need to check you anymore. Another job being lost. You come back from the pandemic. Oh, everything is open. You want to go to McDonald's. Where's the cashiers? Another job's being is over. No job for that. There's no cashiers because they don't need no cashier because they got kiosks now. And you see certain places that they're not even allowing people to go in the store. I mean, go in the supermarket. They're not even allowing that. They're not even allowing it anymore. They're like, why? Okay, we don't even need nobody in the dining room. We just become a delivery hub and deliver the food to people. That eliminates some of these jobs that hire for delivery, making you stay home more. So you can just sit there, collect checks, get big, have all these diseases because you're not working out, you're not being active because you stay in the house, because you work from home, because you're a teacher, you work from home, you work remotely. Um, you don't have to go to the store because you go to Instacart. Instacart to drop your food off. The laundry, they got delivery hub for laundry. They can take your laundry, they can take your medicine. DoorDash, all these different apps is making it like that now. And then they take and we don't even want to talk about the data, but let me just stay there when it comes to jobs and artificial intelligence, how they just going to be murdering jobs. So now they murdered the average making Americans in this country, right? Because they taking all those average jobs away. 5 to 10 years, it's gonna be no sense to even have anybody working in fast food anymore, because now the machines are gonna be making it. The machine's gonna be making the burgers, and they're gonna make it a lot faster, and it's gonna be what for the people that own these stores, 100% profit, and that's what they love. They want the money. They don't care about, okay, we need to help. No, I found that out years ago. The people up top, they just don't care. They'll cut your hours. They'll um, anything to make them money. That's all they care about. Money and numbers. Money and numbers they care about. They look at the numbers. They look at the analytics and see where they at. They look at the percentages. They don't care. They don't care. So artificial intelligence, they accepting that, and we accepting it too, because we sped it up, not understanding what the future holds. Some people do. Some people, like, I'm not even dealing with the internet because I know what's going to happen. And you completely, and the pandemic, when everything was closed, the mom and pop stores was closed. So what happens now? Oh, I can go to an e-commerce store now. And the e-commerce stores is Amazon. So you no longer go to those mom and pop stores and getting everything, all the small little things you need. You could just order in Amazon. And that becomes your mom and pop store. So what happens to the mom and pop store now? They have to close down. So now the small businesses is closed. More jobs is done. So you can't even be an entrepreneur, because you can't even be an entrepreneur and have a dream of just having your own store, because Amazon and Walmart squash all these small business like a bug. And Amazon is continuing growing, being that big infrastructure of everything. Everything. But it's our fault because we use Amazon. We use Amazon for everything. I see Amazon trucks, everything. But I give Amazon this. They are hiring people. They're hiring people. They're hiring delivery drivers. They giving them bonuses. They taking care of them. But they trying to take over the world. And eventually they're going to implement. There's certain warehouses that have these robots. They're going to be taking their jobs. Self-driving cars. It's coming. It's coming. The algorithm is already written. The algorithm is already written for these self-driving cars. The formula is already written with machine learning. People like, well, you'll feel more comfortable driving with somebody, right? You'll get used to it. Like we got used to the internet, like we got used to anything else, because We became the AI. Now we're compatible with the AI to the point that we can't do anything without what? This, our phone. This phone is smarter than us. That's why this phone, we got to the point that we need the phone for answers. So certain things we type may not look right, but we'll be like, this don't look right. And then you'll go to Google or Chat GPT, or we're gonna talk about that too. Chat GPT, we might look at that and we might be like, damn, this gave me all the answers. So people become even more dumber, but even more reliant on the source, which is AI. So now the jobs is gone, the small businesses is gone. Now it's talking about the upper jobs. So the upper jobs is like we can talk about the tech programs and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not off the hook, and that's including me. ChatGPT is going to destroy programmers. It's going to destroy programmers. Programmers is finished. So now big tech, big companies could be like, I don't need to hire no developer and pay a developer $5 grand to create my app. If I could just go to Chat GPT and then open eye Chat GPT and they could create the code for me. And then I create my app and just get an LLC and boom, I got my app. Yes, they can create an app for you. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. They can create the code for you to do anything, and that's going to destroy programmers as well. And people don't even understand. They don't understand it. They like, people don't understand what's coming. I was just looking at it right there. Let me go to a new chat. Um, Let me hide that. Create me, create me a Pac-Man game in Python. Sure, and look, it creates you the code and everything. Look at that. Look at that. So people that's teaching Python, even though they need to understand what it is, so the teachers is still necessary to the point that students, once they get it, they no longer don't need your services anymore. Look at this. Create the code, and I know how to do the code for to create Pac-Man. But you see this? You can just copy and paste it. It creates a whole Pac-Man game in Python. Because some people be like Python is what's in that. This is the basic implementations of Pac-Man, and there are many ways to make it more complex. So let's see if this works. Let's see if this works, if this is accurate. So I'm gonna go to Adam. I'm gonna go to Adam on my computer. So Adam is basically, a Python script or a coding script to use to write code. So let's go here. I don't need this. I was doing something here. Let me just get this out of here. And let's see. No, I need that. Some of that I need. Let me see if I got some files that it was just I didn't create a lot of code. I just make a new file. Pac-Man game. Pac-Man game.py. Just copy and paste this. Let's see what happens. So it says no such file directory. So basically is, it's load because you got to load an image. Oh, I get it. So we don't have the image, but tell you it works. I'm gonna just say, yeah, because we would have to load an image. Let me see something. So we had to load the Pac-Man PNG. So let me see if I can load that up real quick. Uh, Pac-Man image. So we'll get a Pac-Man picture here. Mm, it'll take too long. It'll take too long, chat, because we have to like have a whole bunch images. So it says catcher, set a title for the game. I'll do that another time. I'll probably do it on Twitch. We'll probably do that on Twitch. I don't want to show. Let me just show another example of the way this is. Um, create me a quick create me a quick game in Python. Sure. So it's the guess the number game. And I did this before. I did the guessing number game. Super easy code. But look, it creates you a game right here. So in the game, the player has to guess random numbers between 1 and 0. I'm at 1 and 100. They start with 5 guessing and given a hint if they guess too high or too low. If they guess the number correctly, they win the game. So let me copy that. And it's crazy. I did the code for this, right? I'll just copy that. I think it's somewhere over here. Let me let's just do the guessing game. Guessing game dot py. And then it just do it for you. You might have to go to idle because idle had the interaction. I don't think I have the interaction with Adam on here. Let me go to idle instead. Let me open it on idle. Like, this is incredible because it's going to squash programmers like a bug, because the fact that you can just get the code from there. Like, it's crazy. All right. Dang, I don't know why this is. Let me see if I can. I don't know why it's so tiny. Let me change the font format. I'll change it later. All right, let me save this. Save as gg.py. gg.py. All right. So let's just run this. Guess the number, and it creates you a game. Too high. Guess the number. It says too high. Guess a number between 1 and 100. Do 4. Too high. Guess a number. You see? It creates a simple game for you. And so it does all those capabilities and stuff like that. And also, we can try another thing. We can say, can you create us a whole app? Can you create us a streaming app in Python? Look at this. It's creating it for you. I said, can you create us a streaming app in Python? Look at this. It's just everything. To run this app, you need to create a template file, index.html in directory called templates. The files contain HTML5 video tag, the points. You see how crazy this is? When you run the app, Flash will serve the home page, localhost. When you open the page in the web browser, the video stream from your webcam will be displayed. It's crazy. Create your little streaming app. Um, I want no. Can you add comments to the stream as well? So I'm asking the AI chat to do all these things for me. And look at this, it's doing it. Sure. So it's adding. You can also chat as well. Look at this. It's doing everything for you. Look at this. It's creating it for you. To use WebSocket, we added Flash Socket IO library to add and define the WebSocket event handling for new comments. The handling broadcasts the comments to all connected clients using the emit method. Look at this. It creates it all for you. It's just funny because it's scary. All right, now let's go back to the chat. It's scary. I don't know why I did that. It's scary. So you see how scary that is, that you could ask a chat to just create me a whole app. You can ask anything. You say, can you create me a business plan? Can you create me this? Can you create me a stock spreadsheet or on SPY, ETF? Create all these things. This eliminate programmers. Programmers is finished now. They're done. They're done. Once these companies get a hold of this little chat GPT, open AI, it's over. More jobs is done. It's the AI takeover. It's the AI takeover, and we allowed it to happen. We allowed it to happen. We allowed it to happen. So now we talked about all the bad things that can hinder us from being able to. Oh wait, and I also talked about this on another episode that AI in the music industry. Oh, for y'all rappers and singers and all of that. Oh, y'all not off the hook either. AI. So remember, who have the most money will be seen the most. So there's so many people's going independent. They said, well, I'm going to get my money. I'm going to just get all my money and I'm not going to sign to a label. Labels is making adjustments because they seen that they was going to be finished because of there's so many ways for music artists to make money without the big infrastructure of a record label. And they don't no longer need the radio for anything. So now, if anybody saw Black Mirror Ashley 2, you better see it. You better look at it. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but what I'm about to say, you'll see why. So, it can be able to mimic anybody's voice. So all the engineer needs to do, they're going to hire an engineer. The engineer is going to probably they could have a ghostwriter or something. Have a ghostwriter bring somebody back from the dead. Say, well, this person died, but this person's still alive. We could keep the artist alive, even though the person no longer with us anymore. We keep the artist alive because we have his voice. We got his catalog. We got his royalties. Let's keep it going. Let's give him some up-to-date lyrics. So they got two options. They can have a ghostwriter to write, like a really, really good ghostwriter to write lyrics, but it'll be in their voice. But people may be like, this is not this person. This person don't rap like that. It could be the same flow and everything, but this person don't rap like that. This when artificial intelligence come in play, AI, the algorithms, they're gonna grab every lyric, every show this person did is gonna grab all of this. This one machine learning, and then machine learning create this algorithm, and it creates this model of all this data that they have on this artist. Let's say it's Tupac. So you got all this data of all Tupac's music, and they create a model, a testing model of his music, his interviews, just everything. So you need, like, for the people, for the programmers out there, you use TensorFlow for the big time data, right? So they testing these models, right? So you got to implement a lot of these test datas, all the information, Tupac interviews, his likes, his dislikes, his lyrics, the way he raps. Create the formula. Boom, we got it. Tupac will have an album coming out called "I'm Back." It sounds just like him. Sounds just like him. Just like him. Just like him. The flow, everything is just like him. And he's alive. And people, we're so caught up in our artificial intelligence, we be like, whoa, what the, is he still alive? You ain't gonna even care. Not gonna care. And then now, oh, Tupac got a concert. Crypto Arena in LA. He got a concert. Oh, we gonna see Tupac. You go see him, all right. Hologram. Hologram. Let me see if I can search something up right now. Holograms. To see, we're gonna see. Hold up. Let's see. What the heck? Trying to look for a video. Real holograms. Hologram. Yeah. Artist hologram. Let's see. Trying to find something. And it just looked totally real. Let me see. I'm trying to find an up-to-date one. They had the Tupac one, but I want to find an up-to-date one. So let's just see this one, right? So that's the Whitney Houston hologram. Look at that. Look how real that looks. That's a hologram. The artist is there. I was right there. You can't touch him anyway because the security guard take your head off. See? I don't know why it's slow. You see? So they got the artist right there. So they got the artist right there. I believe it. So you have the artist right there. So they got holograms. So people to buy tickets from. People was buying tickets when Travis Scott did the show on Fortnite. So they can have shows on the metaverse. You don't have to go anywhere. AI Takeover. About the adjustments you need to be making. Job wise, you need to take advantage of what they're throwing at you. So you see, like you saw the chat bot, use that as your advantage. You can use that to give you all the answers for you to be able to succeed. The chat bot, the AI, open AI chat bot, GPT, whatever it's called, is going to give you the source for you to be able to create a business plan, or for you to be able to get a job that's sustainable. It's gonna ask, is you're gonna be able to ask it so many questions and it could do it. Create your own app, create ideas, open up a business and whatever. Also look for things that AI cannot be implemented and is always going to be there. And there's things like that AI just cannot, what's the name, be able to um it's nothing they can do. They can't be able to make those adjustments. You could electrician, um, plumbing. These jobs people don't probably want, but these jobs are available and they pay really really well. The self driving cars and trucks probably some time is gonna be here though, so you got to make the adjustments with that. You want to be able to still get into some type of tech industry because you're going to be able to be the person that's controlling AI. So the programs, you got to get into machine learning. Machine learning, that's what I'm studying right now. Machine learning, because you're going to be the architect of the artificial intelligence. So you're going to be able to control it. That's going to be the major bucks. They're going to need you to run it. They're gonna need you to test these models and stuff like that. So you want to get those intangible jobs. You want to get the plumbing jobs. You want to be able to get cleaning jobs. You want to be able to get the electrician jobs. You want to get those intangible jobs. Like those are the jobs you're gonna want to get. Also, food. They can't make better food than you. Start to open up a catering. Make up catering and make like great recipes and food and stuff like that. Food would never be controlled by no AI unless it's fast food. Fast food is like it's just getting it out there. It don't matter what ingredients it is to be able to give you diabetes and stuff. Get in that food industry. That food industry is not going to be controlled by no AI, and that's going to be major money because everybody want to eat. So create an industry that have to do with food. Do catering. Um, you can do a food truck as well, and then you can have your own delivery hub. You can have that as well. Also, if you get into the stock market, understand understand certain things. So look at this. This is a book, Confessions of a Stockbroker. They got a lot of tools in there to learn when to buy and when to sell. Also, they're trying to cause people to be scared to keep their money in there. So they're taking their money in, they taking their money out, these big wells. So that's why there's a lot of volatility. Learn how to read charts. Read charts. You can go to one of my videos on here when I'm teaching how to read charts. And I'll do another video on that. Gotta learn how to read charts. You gotta learn how um to take notes, research certain stock patterns because everything is run on a pattern. You don't think it's an algorithm will mess with the market? Yes, it is. There's an algorithm. There's a formula that's happening that's causing some of these stocks that's supposed to be down go up because it's all this data they grabbing and that's how they doing it. So understanding and reading stock charts and all that. If you don't want to do all that and you want to keep your money safe because the dollar is going to be toast, it's going to be one time you're going to go into the bank and the bank going to be like, I don't got your money. You'll go to the ATM and it's going to say zero. What you're going to do is you got to put your money into gold. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those people that be like, gold. Don't put your money in gold because it's there's no way you can convert. That's stupid and whatever. It's metal. It's everything. I'm not one of those people, right? Get gold because gold you can use that all over the world. Whatever you can exchange the gold. If America is not using gold because they don't have it, you can go get out the country because they'll sure take it and you can live like a king over there if America don't do it. Gold is not going anywhere. It's the number one asset on the planet. If gold was going anywhere, it would have went somewhere a long time ago, because gold been here since the end of times. So gold, silver, you want to get silver as well. Silver's been doing good, and you get your money in crypto. Get your money in crypto. I would say put it in Ethereum. Ethereum is more safer because Ethereum blockchain infrastructure is major. It have a lot of things with that. Smart contracts. It could create digital applications. The process of transactions is a lot quicker and efficient. And you can create your own tokens on that. NFT collectibles. There's so many things in there. So I would keep it in there. It's better than keeping it in a 401k. Let's go. Social Security, all these things are not going to be here anymore. You want to put in Bitcoin, you could. Bitcoin is the number one crypto in the world. Sooner or later, the world's not going to have a choice to have that a source of purchasing things in stores. So put your money in those things, because eventually once they enable, okay, we can accept Bitcoin, you should no longer have your money in the banks anymore. This video might be shadow banned, but hopefully it don't. I'm going to save this video, but I'm just saying that if Bitcoin, Ethereum, if these cryptos is available in stores, you should no longer keep your money in the bank. You should start thinking about taking your money out the bank anyway, because you don't want to be the person that looks in the bank and is zero. Then you're in trouble right now because you have no money. And it's going to create anarchy. So those are the preparations you need to do with this, because, we have to be able to make these adjustments. And I'm trying to make these adjustments out here, because the AI takeover is going to be a totally different, it's going to be a totally different society. Totally different. So we'll end this episode like this. Please follow me, Trade Digital 89. Please follow, like, and subscribe. Share this information if it don't get shadow banned. Also follow us on the Downline 18. We drop an episode after this. We drop an episode, so check it out. We're going to be on Twitch as well. So check it out. Support, and all that good stuff. And yeah, so make sure you tap in with me for all the information, comments, everything. Let me know what you think. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Happy I was able to drop the knowledge. It's been a long episode, but had to give it to y'all. But peace out. Peace out. I said the one. Peace out. Peace out.